like, you know what, this twice a week for 2 hours, it's gonna be, you know, live drilling, going hard, killing each other. The rest of the classes, which is every other class, I'll do like a little warm up, usually it's wrestling, guard pull, then we get on the ground, and then we battle at the end. But before we battle, I'll usually throw in like, you know, here's some crazy shit. Just so that way you have something to look forward to, and then when you go back, when I give you the next 5 minutes to go drill, you can either decide on your own to stay on the 2 things that we just worked from the leg lock, like I'm just gonna get that one good, I'm just gonna get this one good. Or if you're like, hey man, I've been training for a while, I'm gonna move on to the other stuff and try that, all right? So I always feel like a lot of instructors will teach to the newest guy, which is good because you've got, you know, you gotta run your business, you gotta get new people. But then for the guys who've been training forever, they gotta know shit too. It's not like, okay, guys that have been paying forever and you're already a black belt, I don't care about you, let me just, you know, get up all these new guys. You gotta do both, right? And I feel like people will be like, oh man, it's too over my head, I'm not gonna get it. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes you shouldn't get it. It takes a couple of classes. It's fucking hard shit. This isn't easy. And I look good at doing all this stuff because I practiced it a million times before I came here, right? I do that before class too. I like, new move I'm working on, I do it a million times, then when I come to class, they're like, whoa, how do you have that? I'm like, dude, you didn't see me mess it up 50,000 times before I showed up here, and Grace had to teach it to me because I couldn't figure it out, all right? So, couple things here, let me do one to you real quick, all right? So, there's a really good counter in here. After I take him down, and he puts his foot in there, see how he puts his foot in? Anytime his foot is in here, my leg is in like this, I can also get his leg into honey hole too. So if you want to just stay on the defense here, he would just rip out. If not, I'm just going to lift my body up and come over and grab that leg. Now I have his other leg too, grab a hold of that top one, now I'm in business and my double trouble, and I can start attacking from there, right? So the leg he puts in, it's not an easy one. Obviously Craig Jones did it, right? So looks cool, but he puts that foot in, I just retract my other foot, heist up, and I just got to get over his leg. Now I have him in honey hole, right? So that's a little advanced, but if you guys want to throw that in, I'll come around to help. And then there is, go ahead again. Right, a lot of people like the back takes, and in gi, this stuff works a little bit easier because you got a lot of grips. Right, let's say he took me down, I put my foot in there, I push his foot off, I'm gonna place my hand here. This is for maybe you younger guys, but this is like a bare bowl. I get up, shoot his legs down, and I can take his back. All right, so like I said, I'm always gonna throw in something a little crazy at the end. If you guys wanna try it, have fun, don't be discouraged, like, oh, I didn't get this. I didn't get this for like a while, right? I get up, I get over his leg, and then I gotta turn all the way, send them legs packing, and I'm back on his back. All right, so do those 2 one more time, 5 more minutes, then we'll get into some guard passing, get out of his leg lock. So you can either hit this one, right, where I push the knee down, try to spin up, or run away, or takes me down, put the foot in, just get my legs out of there, or takes me down, I put the foot in, take that off, get up over top, spin all the way through, back take, or last one is the honey hole. Right, so now I got you, right? See, you're taking, boom, take it down, push that foot in, just get up and get over that leg for that. All right, last 5 minutes, 1, 2, 3. So they would get me in the beginning, right? They would get me in heel hooks and stuff. And then after I kept practicing, then I started getting like, not immune because people bleed, people still tap me, but it's very hard to get me in a leg lock now. So because I've lost so many times by a leg lock, then now I feel like way more comfortable being in all those entanglements. And one way we practice, and we'll do this right at the end, is we'll start like this. We'll have one in, and then we just go for leg locks. And I'll say, ready, go. And usually I do this, and then we just start battling, trying to pull in. Can I get to a good spot? You know, he's battling. And we'll just continually try to work leg locks somehow. Can I get into the right position, hold, whatever. And we just go, but we're going light, and you start figuring out, like, oh man, I'm in, you know, saddle right now. I'm in ashi. I'm in, you know, whatever names you want to call them. I'm in the actual positions. I feel like that's where most people have the biggest problem when they first start with the legs, is they don't even know the positions they're in. So if you can learn the positions first, obviously ashi, honey hole, 50, or I almost said 50 cent, 50, all the different leg locking positions. And nowadays the information's all out there. Right? You can hit me up, or if you just search Instagram, you'll find some stuff. Some of it's kind of like wacky. but a lot of it is good info. All right, so now we're getting into some passing. I feel like passing is probably the hardest thing to do against someone who's got a really good guard. And I got to judge the Craig Jones Invitational, the first, only one they've had. And it was a really cool experience. And I'll tell you what, I learned a lot. Sometimes, don't tell Craig Jones the rest of the guys, but sometimes I blanked out during the judging just because I was like, couldn't believe the match I was watching. Oh shit! And then I was like, damn, I gotta on that round. Because I was with someone calling something, I started writing my own notes for moves. I'm like, what did he say? I'm like, knee lever, okay, I'm gonna check that out. And then at the end, I'd be like, okay, he won. And I would wait till and it was crazy the way they did it. The scores would come up on the big screen, and they would have your name right there, and it'd be like, you know, Jay Flores, 10-9, this guy, 10-9, and we'd be like 9-10 for the other guy. And they'd be like, uh-oh. And people in the crowd were, not to get on the tip, people in the crowd were sitting right here. So they would be like, I gave them, they're like, Judge Zach Maslany gives a 10-9, tack it. And one guy goes, what the hell? And the guy behind me, he's like, yo! How did you score that? And that was just a random guy. And another funny thing too, people talked a lot of shit on Instagram. Like, because it's easy to just find me. I'm not like some famous guy, and I didn't realize, you know, on Instagram you have requests where you can look through and see all the people who are hitting you up, but you're not friends with them. Or a lot of people are like, Levi won, you suck, dude. My wife was like, just let it go. Let it go. I want to fight back with everybody. But anyways, that whole story was to preface watching Andrew Tackett pass everyone's guards, right? He did it to Nicky Ryan, did it to everybody. And some of it's old school passing, but he's got some really good ideas with it. And I'll show you the techniques that you know, he was doing there, and then somehow Renee got him to come out for school and tell us that too. So, guy's gonna be on his butt. If he's sitting like this, right? If he's in a wide open stance like this, I'll usually take a different approach. I'll try to more flip his legs up and go down the middle. But if he's gonna be sitting on one side, before we do the passes, we'll kind of do this drill. He's gonna be on one side, it's gonna be more annoying. So you stand up real quick, my friend. I'll be on my butt, and I'm gonna pick a side that I wanna force him to go to. I think of it like boxing. If I was fighting a southpaw, and we're dealing with our feet in the fighting position. So if he was standing with this leg forward, in a fighting stance, I was fighting with this leg forward. In boxing, you'll see the guys, you know, if their footwork is bad, they're stepping on each other's feet. But whoever can get their foot to the outside, now I can throw my straight right down the pike, and he can't really hit me. That's why you don't circle this way when you're fighting a southpaw, because I'd be going right into his punch. It's like fighting Conor McGregor, you go this way, and he would throw the swing back kick at you before he went insane. Alright, so I saw him. So I get down, I'm on my butt. He's got his right, just for now, he's got his right leg forward. Anytime he tries to go this way, like if I want him to go this way, I'm trying to force him to pass into the way that I want. I'm trying to force him into my guards or my wrestle up or whatever. So anytime he tries to go around me, right, I'm not going to let that happen. I want to try to, you know, circle him back to this way. So just kind of play this mirror game with your partner real quick. Where I'm down, I'm not totally extending, so I can't do any bowling techniques or anything, but I want to keep him on the inside. If he tries to move out at all, right, I'm going out here, right? He tries to move forward on me, obviously I'm moving back, right? Maybe he goes back, I come forward, but I never let him get to that outside. So keep doing a little bit, right, where I'm here, right? I like forcing him this way. If I can, that's good. Right, I try to kick his leg or something, get up on him, right? But I don't want him to go around to where if he did get around, then he'd be going towards my back. Then I have to be like, oh, Randy or something, now I'm on my back. My first line of defense is just being on my butt. When I'm on my back, it's good too. He's getting closer to me. At least when I'm sitting here, I can grab his legs, wrestle up, I can get into a shin on shin, or I can just stand up myself if I want to. It takes a little bit longer to get from here to here to here. All right, so if I'm already sitting, that's pretty good. All right, 1 minute, let's hit that drill back and forth. Let's go. Go this way. Now that being said, we're going to go the opposite way on the guy. Right? This is exactly what Tackett said. He said, I never go this way. Right? This is the way that everyone passes. Right? I'm going to go to the opposite side. Right? And I don't know if I made this up or no, I didn't make it up because it's in used to be in 1080 snowboarding back in the day for PlayStation. I think in skateboarding they call it the same thing. If I start with my left, that's like regular, right? But if I go with my right leg in front, they call that the goofy side. Am I right on that?
Yeah,
the goofy side. So that's the side I want to pass to. He likes to pass on this side. And I've gotten, you know, me being like, I would say if they rated my passing in Madden, that'd be like a 76. Right? I want to get it up to like a 99. But I feel like on this side, I start getting a lot more opportunities and different things happen, I kind of know the routes that he can take and that I can do to pass on this side, right? So again, if I go this side, everybody goes that way. If I can get good at passing on this side, most people don't pass that way. So in turn, the person doesn't defend as well on the goofy side, all right? So whatever he's doing with his legs, right? Hopefully he's just sitting in like your normal, you know, open guard type stance, right? Let's just have this leg out here just for fun so it can help me out with it, right? But I'm gonna go across with this hand, right here, right? So I'm gonna always start walking this way and get him going this way. And I'm in a good posture too, my knees are bent. Generally, this would be bad if I was close enough to him where he could get right on the inside. But since I'm far enough away and I have my head down, if he tries to like wrestle up or grab my legs or sit to anything, my head is right here. Just like in wrestling, I keep my head low enough, he's not gonna be able to get my legs. If I'm standing like this, for sure, he might grab a single, get on my legs. So I'm nice and low, got my head down there, I'm ready to headbutt him if I have to. I'm gonna go across with my left, you guys are doing the same side as me. And then this hand can either grab in a collar tie, which is okay if I have his leg. If I don't have his leg, then I grab a collar tie to try to throw up arm bars and stuff. Right, but I get his leg, and I can also just put my hand on his shoulder. He's gonna do a good job by defending, right? When I get him on his back, he's gonna use his leg and arm to defend. And I'm gonna try to put my head right in his stomach / chest, right? So I get here, I start to go, and I'm walking. Look, my head is like all the way down. I'm on my toes here. I'm putting as much pressure on him as I can. I don't even care what he's doing right now. This hand's just gonna switch to here. This hand goes to his hip if I can, and I just run it to north-south. And then look what happened. All right, I got this arm here, that would be beautiful. Take this arm right into Kimura. Right, if he leaves his arm down under here, then I can start to take that into an arm bar situation or even back kicks. All right, so that's just if you get the pass right off the jump, which will happen a lot. I've seen a lot of bigger guys, like we have some short, really stocky dudes. Man, they love this fucking passing right here. All right, sorry, Pierce. All right, so it's boom right here. I just start running it. My head is right down. Here's a great time. Just start working myself right in. And then if I get here, we call this Harambe control. I don't know why. The only thing I'm going to just probably make it up. Right, so I get here, put my leg under, I just pull this guy right up and kick his back. You don't know how many times that's worked, where I just slid right under. Guys like, what's happening? And all of a sudden you're on his back. All right, so he's trying to force me to go to his right side, my left, cross grip, head, and I just stay away from his legs. So my head is right down. Right, I'm not on my knees. I won't be able to put enough pressure and he'll get his guard back. Right down here. Then I just switch that hand, come over top. Right, if I want to do the Harambe control, however I'm going to grab him, probably going to be like armpits around his arm. I kind of like run into him, put my leg under his head, and just pull him up. Sometimes I'll even land. Look at this armbar situation looking nice. Right, yeah. Now here, throw my eye pokes in on him. I punch that hand away and just running it. And just find myself in. Alright? Bottom guy, see what he's doing a good job of? He's lifting his leg up and he's framing. He doesn't just lay there when I go to pass. The guy's gonna put up a fight. Alright, so left hand, right arm, let's run. 1, 2, 3.